Hello again and welcome. Last episode I spoke with instructional designer and team leader Paloma about what's involved in facilitation and some questions facilitators can use. Moving on, this episode I will be continuing my conversation with Paloma on facilitation, discussing methods facilitators use to generate ideas and how to enable decisions. Stay tuned to learn more. What methods do facilitators use to generate ideas?
Well, this part of facilitation can be tricky. You have many different personalities, usually in a room or even on a team. So you have some who are more reserved, others who are more open, and creating a safe learning environment, as I mentioned earlier, is really important. So using the question techniques we already talked about is a great way to help drive the conversation in a specific direction, but it's also a great way to get people's wheels turning and draw out the more hesitant contributors. So some activities that a facilitator might use to generate are small group discussions, maybe listing your ideas silently or independently on a piece of paper or on a whiteboard, or even, structured and unstructured brainstorming. There's a time and place for both. And then also, affinity diagrams are a great way for more complex problem discussions to kind of help organize people's ideas and solutions and get those on screen or on paper.
Okay. I can understand how that would definitely come in handy. Especially those types of activities, kind of having something that is in public forum, but something that is very, to themselves. They have their little secret answers that they can put down, and at least that way they're engaging in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I think some people like to think through their ideas before they share them, and then other people are more comfortable sharing, off the cuff. Mm-hmm. So I think
fleshing it out as they go.
Yeah, so that silent listing of ideas is ensures that everyone's coming to the table prepared. And ready to contribute. So that's a really good way to start generating ideas from the whole group, not just the select few.
All right, so let's touch on another scenario then, based off of that. So you are a learning and development manager and facilitate a number of meetings within our own team. Let's say you got information on a new project based on what you just shared. What would you say is a good facilitation activity to use to have the team brainstorm about the project to generate ideas?
Well, I think the activity we were just talking about is a great activity for this scenario. Silent listing of ideas is a good one for the team to do first. So They have the details about the project and they can independently think about, some learning solutions. So our projects are all about finding the right learning solution for the client's project. Everyone independently doing that and then coming together to share those, and then from there it just more organically building off of one another's ideas. And I think knowing our team, we're all very comfortable with one another, so I think we would be comfortable with more free-form brainstorming. But in my experience, even if everyone is comfortable, giving people that opportunity and time to think about things before having the discussion always brings out more detail, I think, around people's ideas.
So coming off of that scenario, we just talked a lot about ideas and having the team contribute their ideas and generate ideas. How do we get all of those ideas on the board? How do you kind of work your way through that?
By enabling decisions.
Okay. How do skilled facilitators enable decisions then?
Well, the goal of enabling decisions is just making sure that everyone's ideas are heard, right? So silent listing of ideas before coming to a brainstorming session, that's a great way to make sure everyone's ideas are heard. So that's one part of enabling decisions. Another part is achieving consensus to make a decision or at least arrive at the top idea quickly. So skilled facilitators are great at summarizing the group's ideas, right, to make sure that everyone's on the same page. And if everyone's not on the same page, then there are techniques that facilitators can use to prioritize the top ideas. Some of these goals are achieved through activities like reflection time, smaller large group discussions, prioritization techniques, and as I said, just summarizing areas for consensus.
Well, again, thank you for sharing your insights on methods facilitators use to generate ideas and how to enable decisions. This wraps up our 5-Minute University series on facilitation. Be sure to stay tuned for our next 5-Minute University topic and discussion. Thank you for listening, and we hope you gain some insights. Until next time.